this morning. The search continues for the Mother of Today show co-host Savannah Guthrie. And a bill that supporters say could lead to more affordable housing cleared a Senate committee yesterday.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Welcome to Mountain News This Morning. I'm Neely Green here with you on this Thursday, February 12th. The time is now 4:59, and let's check in with meteorologist Megan Dusnell for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, I'm liking the red. It's really pretty.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm making sure to wear Valentine's colors all week long, so of course I had to bring out the red for today, but that's not what the forecast is going to feel like. This is more of a blue forecast as we're talking cooler temperatures as you're heading out the door this morning. A mixture of the 20s, so any snow that did melt yesterday, there is some chance that you could see some refreezing on those roadways, so just be careful as you're heading out of the door on this Thursday. We head into the afternoon. Those temperatures will be improving, kind of similar to yesterday, but slightly cooler for some folks. Low 40s for our far northern counties and mid to upper 40s as you travel closer to that Kentucky-Tennessee border. But in terms of what we're looking at on satellite and radar, it is nice and clear. Not a cloud in the sky just quite yet, but cloud cover will be increasing throughout the day, and mostly cloudy skies will be taking over the forecast as we're heading into the afternoon. Neely.
Thank you, Megan. Police are investigating after a man was found dead in Rowan County. Moorhead Dispatch says they received a call from someone around noon yesterday saying they had found a body off of Rock Fork Road. The man hasn't been identified yet, but the coroner says he was 41 years old. Police are still working to determine what happened leading up to his death. An overnight rock slide shut down a stretch of road near the Rockcastle-Madison County line. North Wilderness Road was closed around 2 this morning after rock and debris covered both lanes. Fire crews, law enforcement, and the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet responded and helped with clearing the roadway. Officials initially thought the road would be reopened around 5. The crews were able to get it back open just before 3:30 this morning. Drivers were detoured through a flat gap road and South Dogwood Road while crews worked to remove the debris. We're learning more about how an escaped inmate was caught in Whitley County this past weekend. Misty Phillips is accused of escaping from Baptist Health Corbin and breaking a jailer's wrist in the process. Phillips' arrest citation says she ran off into the woods nearby. Police surrounded the area using canines and drones to find Phillips. She was eventually found hiding under a brush pile and some logs. Deputies say she resisted arrest and the icy conditions put them at risk of injury. She's now facing additional charges and is scheduled to be in court later today. Local police say they've received 18,000 calls since the Mother of Today show co-host Savannah Guthrie disappeared. FBI search teams were seen walking the roadways around Tucson and the Catalina foothills, scouring for clues in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. The New York Post reports that authorities found a black glove near the crime scene that's similar to the ones worn by the masked individual shown in security camera images from the night of the 84-year-old's disappearance.
There are a wealth, a cascade, like a waterfall of leads that come directly from that video.
Meanwhile, TMZ says it received another unverified ransom note Wednesday related to the case, though this time the sender is someone claiming to offer information on an alleged kidnapper. Authorities have set up multiple tip lines, and the FBI is also offering a $50,000 reward for information that leads to the return of Nancy Guthrie. Fallout from the Epstein files continued on Capitol Hill yesterday as Attorney General Pam Bondi faced tough scrutiny over her handling of the documents. Some of Epstein's survivors were in attendance as more public figures faced questions about their connections with the deceased sex offender. Bradley Blackburn is tracking the latest.
I am deeply sorry for what any victim has been through.
Attorney General Pam Bondi spoke to a congressional committee knowing that survivors of Jeffrey Epstein dressed in white T-shirts were listening. But she would not apologize for the release of Epstein files that included names of survivors who wanted to stay anonymous.
Will you turn to them now and apologize for what your Department of Justice has put them through.
I'm not going to get in the gutter for her theatrics.
Who's responsible? Are you able to track who in your organization made this massive failure?
Bondi refused to answer many questions, including those about President Trump's past ties with Epstein.
And that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done.
The grilling on Capitol Hill comes as more public figures and organizations face scrutiny for communications with Epstein. The chairman of the 2028 LA Olympics, Casey Wasserman, will remain in his post after a review of his interactions with Epstein more than 20 years ago. And on Wednesday, Bill Gates Foundation said it did not make any payments to Epstein or pursue any collaboration with him and regrets having employees interact with him in any way. Documents show Bill Gates and Epstein met multiple times. Gates has said their meetings were focused on philanthropy. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
At that congressional hearing, Attorney General Pam Bondi was also asked about why Epstein's co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell was transferred to a low-security prison camp after she spoke with Bondi's deputy last year. Bondi said she didn't learn about the transfer until after it happened. Maxwell's attorney is asking for a pardon from President Trump before she cooperates with investigations. President Trump hosted a so-called Clean Beautiful Coal event at the White House yesterday afternoon. He announced a major executive order aimed at reviving the coal industry. Officials also gave the president a trophy naming him the undisputed champion of beautiful clean coal. A bill called the Crystal Rogers Act has unanimously passed through the House. The House Bill 305 is meant to protect criminal investigations by punishing anyone who records or shares grand jury testimony. Recording a grand jury is already illegal in Kentucky, but the statute of limitations is 1 year. House Bill 305 would raise that to 10 years. Sponsors say a bill like this would have allowed them to prosecute Brooks Houck's family after it was discovered they secretly recorded testimony on Rogers' case. A bill that supporters say could lead to more affordable housing cleared a Senate committee yesterday. This comes from months of complaints and concerns that it is difficult for people to find homes. Senator Robbie Mills says the bill would set up new development districts and waive sales on tax on building supplies for the first home builders and buyers.
We need to get people off the streets and things of that nature, people that are surfing couches. They hit affordable housing. If people move out of affordable housing into their first-time homeowners, that makes room for more affordable housing.
Senator Mills says the bill approved simply removes some red tape and regulations to make home construction process smoother. The bill now heads to the full Senate. Well, thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. A dangerous fungus is spreading across hospital and nursing homes nationwide. We'll have those details.
And do you have any Valentine's Day plan? I'll have that forecast coming up for you.